Welcome, guys. Sorry, guys. We've had some technical difficulties tonight, but we got this. Hey, wow. Got to take a breather. It's been one of those nights, but we got this. Anyway, hello, my beautiful sunblazers and heroes. Welcome to the Rosie Lastra Podcast, where we shine light in all darkest places and turn our strengths into struggles. I mean, our struggles and strengths. Oh my goodness. Yeah, it's been one of those nights. I'm Rosie, and just like you, I'm walking through valleys, face challenges, and I learned that in every place where there's hard moments, there's always a spark that wants to rise. This is a safe place where we laugh, we cry, and most of all, we grow together because here your story matters, your healing matters, and you matter. So let's blaze a trail of love together and hope. Okay, so before we get started, I want to give you a little bit about your host and your captain in flight, me. I'm a transformational healing and confidence coach who bridges spiritual principles with analytical practices to help men and women 35 to 65 turn grief into growth and loss into legacy. Through this work, I guide clients to align mind, body, and spirit so they can reclaim their health, resilience, and confidence and step boldly into the renewed life of purpose. For years, I lived a life of grounded logic. I was an accounting controller, but everything changed on January 9, 2015, when I received a divine dream. In that dream, Jeremy, my son, ignited a mission far greater than I could have ever imagined to unite humanity through faith, healing, and testimony. What was once routine became revelation. My son Jeremy truly ignited the fire because unfortunately he passed away on September 15, 2024, from a rare form of liver cancer. 10 months later, Jeremy's Unity Flight was created. Not just a name, but a movement rising from love, grief, and divine alignment. Today, I am super excited, guys. Uh, I am. I have the privilege of introducing you to my sister from another mister, an amazing lady. Her name is Teresa Strong-Myrick. She's she is the strong friend coach. She is a respected two-time best-selling author, Neuro-Transformational Coach, speaker, survivor, healer, known for guiding business owners and leaders through communication and accountability. Teresa empowers clients to overcome stagnation and achieve lasting results. Her firm nurturing approach helps entrepreneurs, my apologies, executives and other high achievers embrace their roles, drive performance, and realize their vision for success. We will be speaking of her new book, On Strong, 6 Ways to Build Your Self-Love Muscle. She will redefine what what it means to be strong, grieve authentically, and rebuild your self-love muscle from the inside out. You can expect real talk about strength, healing, and boundaries, tools for confidence and communication, a powerful reminder you deserve to be seen, safe, and supported. You don't want to miss this right now. If you have a friend or currently are battling grief, you definitely want to tune in to this inspirational conversation. Uh, at- hey, beautiful, how you doing, Teresa?
I am wonderful, Rosie. Good to see you.
Welcome. Good to see you, my love.
Absolutely. Thanks for having me tonight.
I can better hear you. Let me see what's going on. Why is your mic so low?
Let me turn my volume up. My volume is all the way up.
Mute. On mute. Talk again, my love.
Checking 1, 2, 3.
Yeah, I can barely hear you. Can you turn up your volume? Talk again. Speak again.
All right, so I'm turning my volume all the way up.
Yeah, I can barely hear you.
What about now?
Kick from studio. Edit mic settings. Here we go. Let's go there. Reduce mic background. Automatically adjust. Let's bring you up. Echo cancellation. Speak again, my love.
Can you hear me now?
I hear you now. There we go. There we go. It's been one of those nights, Teresa. That devil doesn't want to hear you what you got to say, baby, because it's powerful.
Oh my goodness.
How you
But we're
doing?
here.
It's been one of those days. Oh, wow, wow, wow. Okay. Let's get started, sweetheart.
Yes, ma'am. Well, thank you for having me. It's a pleasure to be on with you tonight. I just appreciate the opportunity to share the story and to encourage some folks tonight.
Well, it's a pleasure to have you, sweetheart. And ever since the first moment I met you, your energy is off the chain. You're remarkable. And I commend you and I thank you, thank you, thank you. So, Teresa, I said a little bit about you, but why don't you let the listeners know a little bit more of your story?
All right, so I like to start with a little bit of history on me. So I am a former police officer, victim advocate, child and family counselor, and I have been in the world of self development because of the things that I went through as a young person, but the things I saw in term when I was working in public safety. I continued to see the same people come through the system over and over again, became family members. It was people choosing the same bad situations over and over again. And I knew that people needed something deeper, something that changed the way they viewed themselves, the way they held on to past trauma, and they needed something more than just a case plan. They needed something more than just a temporary band-aid on the gaping wounds that they were trying to mend. So that's why I went into neuro-transformational coaching. And that just has such a big impact on me that I wanted to give that to others because I had gone through counseling. I had did a number of things. And although I got tools and I got validation, I did not get all the things I needed to shift the energy so that I can really bloom and move through the world as me and get to know who I truly was without all the bondage of my past. So that's what has gotten me here. That's why I'm so passionate about what I do. And yeah, that's just a little bit about me. But if I was just to take it a little deeper in terms of why I'm so focused on becoming unstrong and why I'm so focused on us getting a true definition of what strong was, is because I'm a serial survivor. My father was murdered when I was young. I grew up seeing domestic violence. I was sexually molested as I was growing up. So it's a lot of things that I survived. And and through that survival, though, I learned a lot of defense mechanisms. And I learned how to suppress, right? And I know there's a lot of
Sure.
people out there who can relate. I learned how to suppress so that I could survive, but that only served me for a certain amount of time. There became a time in my life where that no longer was a benefit to me. I needed to get beyond that. So that's why I'm here now, because I learned how to, and I get the privilege now of helping others to do the same.
Wow, God bless you, my love. Uh, every time I meet you, every time I talk to you, I learn new things, and wow, I commend you again, my love.
Thank
So
you.
let me ask you, Teresa, what was, if you had to say one thing that caused you to write your book? You know, the
Mm.
turning point that had you write, sit down and write. What would you say it was?
Unstrong was born out of my grief. I know many of us lost a lot of people. Many of us lost people in the pandemic. I happened to lose my mom and my husband in that same year. And I lost them unrelated to COVID. It was my mom passed of cancer that she had been battling for like a couple of years. My husband had had several strokes, and he had um, a major stroke that he couldn't survive this last time. So I was dealing with that. And as you guys see my name is Teresa Strong-Myrick. So I have been trying to live up to that word strong all my life. And it was always something that came up, right? But when I lost my mom and my husband in that year, people kept saying things to me like, "Oh, you're so strong." Because when I show up, I would show up put together, right? But it doesn't mean that I'm not grieving. So it started to upset me. It was like, what do you consider strong? Because if I showed up crying and upset, would you then say I'm weak? Right? So I got upset with that, and I just started to just think about that. And I started to think about so many people who had lost and what they were facing as they were trying to grieve and get through and make it from day to day. And it just dawned on me like, we have too many strong people who are out here trying to maneuver through life and trying to live up to a definition of strong that is not even human. So I went in prayer because this is my second book. I just went in prayer and I was just talking to God, like, I just need to do something. I don't know what that is. And he literally gave me the download for the book. He literally just gave me the book, gave me the title, because I was thinking to myself, I don't want to be strong. I don't want to be seen as strong. I don't want anyone to call me strong because that comes with too many different responsibilities. And I don't want any responsibilities right now. Right?
I hear you. Wow, I hear you, girl.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
tell me, tell me a little bit of, tell me a little bit about the book and how it guides people, how it helps people to become unstrong.
So unstrong is not us to just um, abandon our strength, but it's to get in tune with what our inner strength is, the things that really allow us to be ourselves. And for me, and as I looked over my life, the thing that allowed me to get there and to move as I do through hardships is an inner strength. It's an inner peace, but also it started and it ends with self love. Once I started to understand how to love me without all of the pressures or being dictated by other people and society, that's when I started to understand what it is for me to be strong, how I needed to show up for me. Because if I treated me well, then I could be better for everyone else. But also learning, what is that? Because as strong friends, what do we do when people ask us, what do you need?
I'm okay.
I'm okay. I don't need anything. I'm all right
Right.
because I'm used to doing that. But we're also training other people to not ask us if we need help. Because if you already got it, what I need to ask you for?
Right. Right.
Always have it together. I tell a story in the book about my best friend I've had for over 30 years. We basically grew up together. We met in middle school. And when I wrote my first book that was telling the story of how I grew up, she got so upset. She was so upset. She was like, I can't believe you were going through all that without me knowing. She was so upset about that. And and later on there was a moment where we were at an event and I got so emotional and I started crying. I was really, really upset. And she was shocked. She said to me, she was like, "Oh my gosh, I've known you all this time. I've never seen you cry. I didn't even know what to do to support you." Right? So how many of us are in that moment because we have just internalized everything. We have pushed people away from us, not on purpose, but it's so much easier to take care of them.
Right.
It's
That's
so good to
exactly
focus outside of you, right?
that's exactly what I did with when my son passed away. It was like last thing you want to do is because you know other people are grieving, so it's kind of hard to tell them what you're going through. So I get it. I get it. Yeah. And it is definitely about learning to love yourself, most definitely. Wow,
Mhm.
Teresa, thank you, my love. That's pretty awesome. So here we go. Now we're going to go through our quick lightning round. Okay.
Mhm.
And I'm going to ask you some quick questions. Okay.
Okay.
What's one habit that changed your life?
One habit that changed my life: getting up early.
Okay.
Waking up early, like when my kids were young, even waking up earlier than everyone else and having time for myself.
Nice, nice, nice. Okay. Favorite song that lifts you up?
Favorite song that lifts me up is Mary J. Blige, Fine, Fine, Fine.
Awesome.
Love that song. It's just so motivating for me. And one of the last memories I have with my mom is my mom loved to dance, but towards the later part of her life, she wasn't able to move like she wanted to. So I would dance for her. And that song came on and I danced for her and she was so super excited. She said, "Oh, Latna, you love that song. I see the way you move it." She's like, "You
Cool.
really like that song. I like to see you dance to that." So yeah, that's it.
Awesome. If you could describe emotional healing in one sentence, what would it be?
Say that again.
If you could describe emotional healing in one sentence, what would that be?
It is freedom. It is absolute freedom to be you unapologetically. That's what it is.
Okay. And if you had to say something to your younger self, what would you
Mhm.
tell her?
Friend, what those people think of you does not matter.
Strong. Okay.
What those people think of you is their business.
Awesome. Well, Teresa, thank you for sharing your wisdom today, my love.
Of course.
Can you share with our client, our customers out there, what people they could connect with?
Uh, Say that again.
I'm sorry. Can you share with the people out there how they can connect with you?
Oh, okay.
I'm just
So I am very active on social media. You can follow me by just literally googling my name, Teresa Strong-Myrick. But I'm on Facebook as Teresa Strong-Myrick, Teresa Strong-Myrick, bestselling author. I'm T Strong Speaks, TEESTRONG Speaks on Instagram. Yeah, so those are places where I'm most active. But I'm always giving some inspiration online.
awesome, awesome. Okay, guys, my son listening heroes. If you're in Tampa, go visit Teresa tomorrow. She's having a book signing.
Actually, we'll be in St. Pete. So we'll be at St. Pete at
Thank
Clean
you.
Eats across from Tyrone Mall. We're having a book signing. It starts at 11:30 to about 1 o'clock. So if you don't have your book, I will have copies there. If you have a book, bring it with you and I'll sign it. But we're going to have a discussion as well because we're getting ready for the holidays and I want you to get yourself together before all the things start happening. Right?
Nice, nice, nice. So as I'm hearing Teresa, one of the things she says is that you basically got to learn to love yourself.
Right.
And I believe like her that that's like one of the most important parts of coming out of grief is
Mm,
you gotta pour into yourself.
mm,
You gotta be able to also you know your strengths and know who you are.
mhm.
So my sound blazers and heroes, thank you for listening in. Here's my biggest like I was saying, my biggest takeaway is that you do have to learn to love yourself.
Yeah.
Okay. And don't forget to check out jeremy'sunityflight.com for your free resources, upcoming events. Before we wrap up, I want to share some exciting things about this weekend. Here's South Florida. Tomorrow we're going to be having. There's going to be a yoga and snap special over in Fort Lauderdale. It's a wellness event, and it's going to come to you at 545 Northeast 13th Street in Fort Lauderdale. And it's going to be from, I believe it starts at 10 till 1, and also on October 20th at 8:30 p.m. Eastern, I'll be hosting my very first free master class called Crossing the Gap from
Nice.
Grief to Purpose. Okay. If you're someone you know is walking through grief, trauma, or illness, I invite you to join. Okay. And discover how to turn pain into power and loss into legacy. I promise this will be a most impactful class you'll ever experience. And remember, no matter what you're facing, the light within is always stronger than the darkness around you. So keep shining, keep rising, and keep believing in the miracle of your journey. God bless you. Have a great evening. And until next time, goodbye.
Good night.